Hello everyone, welcome back to SherbertLand. It's going to be a bit of a shorter podcast this week because we recorded our last one on Tuesday, and now we're kind of, trying to not set it to Tuesday be our normal day, so now we're doing it again on Sunday, so it's only a couple days since the last one. Get things
back in order.
But you know what, that's okay. It's like you get jet-lagged, you fix your sleeping schedule.
Stuff has happened between.
Stuff happens!
Yeah.
And stuff has happened, so it's not like we have nothing to talk about, because I remember we were like, we won't have much news this week, and then we sit down and write it, and we're like, nope. Nope, stuff happens. So, so let's start off right away with, because we usually save this to the end, which is kind of dumb. So no, right from the get-go, contest reminder. Last week, this is the last week, not last week, but this is the last week, to get your name and info in for the Xbox One prize pack, including 2 games, which is technically like 5 games. Yeah. So, get that all into if you're interested. Even if you have friends who you think might like it, go for it.
5 free games?
5 free games!
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so all information is in the description. Go and do that. Mm-hmm. Have you been getting follows from that at all?
I have started to now.
I was going to say. Yeah. So there you go.
Someone, a bot signed up, like, what, those bots who, sign up for the stuff,
yeah? Nice.
Follow me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Was it like a hot lady bot, or was it like a Russian bot?
It didn't have a profile picture at all.
Oh,
no
spooky.
description. Just like I scrolled down the page and there's just like I signed up for this poll or this contest giveaway.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, yes.
Smart.
I blocked her.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, them. Let's just go with them. So let's start off with our whatever small amount of week we've had. Mm-hmm. Do you want to start?
Well, the week was alright. Work was meh. Accidentally cut someone off.
I thought you were going to say accidentally cut someone.
No.
And I expected like a horrible pizza slicer incident or something where it's like, would you like your pizza sliced? And you're rolling it, but then you don't stop and you go up their arm or something.
I don't cut the pizza, so.
Well, maybe.
I just put the pizza in the box.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Maybe there, yeah.
But yeah. But besides work, I went to laser tag for the first time
last night. Oh, what?
Very first time in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Because, I had seizures when I was a kid, right?
Oh, and, right.
Didn't really, feel...
Yeah.
And then after that, it just, I don't know. I was a different person back then.
Fair enough.
And now I finally went. It was, honestly, really, really fun.
Oh, it's great.
It is... the first time we went, it was free, since my friend's dad, he's a general manager there.
Oh, lucky.
And, got us the first game free, and then we're like, let's go again, but it was just the 4 of us that went at that time. And it was like they were playing like Dark Knight music.
That's incredible.
The chase theme in that movie.
Yo, real talk, if I worked at laser tag place, I would pick like Metroid Prime 2 multiplayer music.
I swear I heard Metal Gear music
what?
when I was in there too.
That'd be great. Oh my god.
It was awesome. Other than that, well, we're going to be mixing in what we're playing and what we're watching.
Yeah, we're just going to do that all together.
Still playing a lot of Monster Hunter. Besides that, I wanted like a game to play. Because when I'm on call, I can't really be online games.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's definitely... And one thing that really sucks is I've seen a lot of people say this is the first Monster Hunter where even if you're playing in single player, there is no pause.
Yeah.
Because it is an always online game. So in previous ones, you used to be able to, if you're in single player, go to your menu and hit pause, and you'd be able to pause. And I mean, mind you, if you're on a portable system, you kind of need that if you reach your bus stop or something, right? Because remember, Japan, it's all about 90% of their gaming is done on the public transport to work or school. So yeah, I know a lot of people are saying I sure hope Capcom patches that in, which I could see them doing because it's possible. But
yeah,
but
yeah, I'm at the end of middle Rotten Vale.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how far I am.
Well, you just beat Lejiana.
Yeah.
So you're going to the Rotten Vale you're going to the Rotten Vale depths. There you go.
Is that separate area, or is that just
no? It's like when you go there for not a story mission, but like a regular mission. It's like you just first half, second half. Like you just go seamlessly between it in a normal mission. But in the story, they separate it a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I was like, I need another game to play that I can pause. And I was like, maybe I'll play Spectre Knight. But I'm like, I'd rather wait until King Knight comes out. So then I went back to Mutant Muds. And started Super Challenge, which is kind of like the sequel, like the super difficult sequel.
So it's like Mario to Mario 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Japanese Mario to Mario 2.
Yeah. And it's like super difficult, like pixel perfect, like landing stuff. And then I'm like,
wow, that sounds frustrating.
Yeah, and I realized, this is too frustrating to do while I'm like on call for work.
It's like you get a phone call and you're like,
what do you want?
It's like, oh, I'm so mad. It's like, why are you mad? I died your 30th time.
And in that game, it counts your deaths, which is even worse. I hate when games count your deaths.
You need a visual novel.
But then I went back to the original, and then I realized there's a section in the game where you played as the granny, the character you play as when you beat the game. You go into her attic, and it's a bunch of like holes with like metals, like metal holes.
Okay.
And I'm like, how do you get those? And I'm like, there's an entirely like third half of this game.
A third half?
Yeah. Third half. Third quarter of this game. Which are like the super difficult levels in the game where you have to like, you can only get to them with using the multiple power-ups. Because the first character, I don't know what his name is. You can only equip one.
Yeah.
Power-up, whereas Granny has all three. So that's how you get to those like CGA levels.
Okay.
All the secret levels are based off like previous Nintendo consoles. Like there's the VLAND, which is Virtual Boy and everything's red.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
The Game Boy levels, which are like the Game Boy shade.
Huh.
And I'm not sure what CGA.
Probably
it's
GBA.
Like purple. No, it's like purple and light blue.
Could it be like the Game Boy Color?
Maybe.
Because Game Boy Color had like color, but a very muted palette.
Oh yeah, that's probably it then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I've been playing. I haven't been playing much, other than that.
Okay. For me, I've again playing Monster Hunter. I just beat Diablos, and oh my god, Diablos is terrifying. Like, I got him down to the point where he was limping away, and I'm like, this is it. This is gonna be easy. No problem. Well, little did I know that he still had like so much health left, and I nearly lost. Like, it was, I'm like, if I get him down to limping and lose, this will suck. So that wasn't fun. I actually got, cause I'm wearing full Rathalos gear now, which is cool. I look like the Monster Hunter in Marvel vs. Capcom. I saw that on
Twitter.
But then I got, cause the set bonus for Rathalos, so when you get his full armor, it increases all the power of all elemental attacks, no matter the element, but it increases that.
Okay.
So then I got the Lejiana Heavy Bow Gun, which can fire both fire shots and ice shots.
Jeez.
So combine that also with the fact that Rathalos, I think his chest piece gives fire attack up. And like, I got a really good set going with this, right? And the weapon looks cool too, because it's one of the few that actually totally changes the model. And it looks kind of like a sniper rifle.
Really?
Made out of like Legiana parts. It's really cool. It's called the Shatter Crest. And it's real dope. So I've been playing that, trying to get through it. People are way ahead of me, but I do take it a little slower than most.
Oh, so do I, yeah.
So I know some people are like, yeah, I rushed through and got to high rank as fast as possible. I'm like, I'm just enjoying low rank.
Yeah, enjoy the ride.
So, then I started playing I might as well say it on here because the video is going to go up like pretty much right away. I started playing a new game for my channel because I beat Danganronpa and I need to catch up on the anime. So in that time, I said I'm going to do a short Let's Play, and I'm doing Beautiful Joe, a game I've never actually beat myself. I've never actually played. I've played Red Hot Rumble, which is the fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of fighting game? It's like a Mario Party Smash Bros. Clone kind of combo thing. I've watched a few episodes of the TV show when you could rent DVDs from Blockbuster. And I go to the anime section and pick out whatever was left.
Yeah.
Because it would always be ripped apart. Because dirty weebs would always take everything. Kids today don't know. And then, I did play the DS game.
Oh, okay.
Double Trouble, which was kind of cool because it used the dual screens right to its advantage. But I'm playing this and I'm like, oh, this game's hard. And so
what kind of game is it?
It's a beat 'em up.
Oh, okay.
So it's a linear beat 'em up pretty much. You know, it's side scroller, but it's 2.5D. But like the whole gimmick is if you press up at any time, you dodge up. Like you'll do a small jump, which can get like if there's a low attack, you dodge it. Press down, you can do a duck, which will dodge under enemy attacks that are high.
Okay.
And so enemies, when they're going to attack, there'll be a little mark that says if they're attacking low or high. And then after you dodge that, then you can use one of your powers based on, because it's all based off of movies. So you can use either slow motion to make your punches slower but do huge damage, or Mach speed, where you'll just like and do like rapid punches, or you could do zoom, where you zoom in and like the camera zooms up on you, and everything you do when the camera's on you is stylish. So you could do like crazy punches or do like a giant flash or something, you know. It definitely, I'm amazed. It feels like a Hideki Kamiya game, because it is.
Yeah.
But he has like, after playing, I've played Okami, I've played Bayonetta, I've played Devil May Cry 1, and this is like, other than Resident Evil 2, this is like the last game of his that I haven't played yet,
okay.
right? And I don't think Resident Evil 2 will feel like him much, because it's Resident Evil still. But, it's like I'm playing this and I'm like, everything about this feels so Kamiya-esque, and I'm enjoying it. But, you know, at the beginning of the game it says, do you want to play on kids mode or adults mode? And I've heard that kids mode is like, that's for babies.
Okay.
It's a baby mode. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to adult mode. And oh my god.
Big boy mode.
It's hard. The thing so on the one hand, it's nice that if you get to a boss and you die, then you just get put right back to the start of the boss, no matter even if you run out of lives.
Yeah.
The bad thing is if you die in a level and run out of all your lives, you have to do the whole level again. It's like a classic game, and these levels are long.
Okay.
So it's like, you gotta do that. You gotta do that perfect run pretty much. But so the nice thing is, even if you get a game over, you keep all the money you have. And you get power-ups, and you get stronger as you go on, and you can even increase your life, and by buying life-ups and stuff, and buy more lives and stuff. So it doesn't feel unfair. Because it has that, like, it's not like Dark Souls, for lack of a better comparison, where it's like, in Dark Souls, when you die, you have like a permanent decrease until you get past that section, right?
Yeah.
This one, it's like, oh, you died? Keep all your stuff, try again. You know, you can even, because every checkpoint, is a shop right there. It's like right there, buy your power-ups if you have enough money, you know?
Okay.
So, it's, I've been playing that. It's hard, but fun. I don't own the game, so I'm emulating it on my Wii.
Oh,
Which
bad boy.
Okay, but here's the thing: that game cannot be legally bought anymore on any service.
Fair enough.
And that's what I believe. I believe if a game cannot be bought in any way except secondhand, and even still, like, for outrageous prices, there's no if there's no legal re-release on new systems, it's fine.
You better hope Kamiya's not listening.
I'm sure he doesn't care.
Or he's
all people.
Or he probably already blocked you.
Oh no! Oh my god, did you see the one day where he went on the block rampage? And it was so good. I love Kamiya so much. He's so good.
Those tweets are amazing.
And then I'm still playing Digimon, going through that again for the Let's Play, but it's a good time. And that's, I guess the only other thing with, like, my life itself is I'm, like, just in the final stretches of getting all my certifications done.
Yeah, you went to the school on Friday?
Well, that's just for volunteering.
Oh, right.
This is, I'm just, like, literally just clawing my way to get a job. And
so, the microwave.
And so, pretty much. And so it's like, I'm so close to actually getting money. I'm so close. So as soon as that's done, which will probably be sometime this week, I can actually start working, which I've never thought I'd be so excited to say, but like, this is like for my life career now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I just want to get started. So, you know, so that's good. Although I did crash into a building and a guy tried to sue me, so that wasn't good. Did you hear about that?
I did. How did that turn out?
He never contacted me.
Oh, that's good.
Because he's like...
He probably realized how much of a prick he was being.
I bumped the building because the way this parking lot was, I had to back out to get out of the parking lot. And, like, towards the building. And I backed out. And, like, I hit the corner very slightly. I mean, I shouldn't have done that, yeah. But it was like a tap. Like, and it was like, cause it was like a metal siding, of course it made a noise. It's metal on metal.
Yeah.
But like, I go out and like, there's barely a scratch. There's barely anything. And this dude's like, you have structurally compromised my building. I'm a security guard here, and if this might be $2,000 worth of damage, and you're gonna have to repair the entire wall. So you will give us all your information, and we're gonna call the police on you. And so literally, I then went down after this. I'm like, I went to the police station, and I'm like, I'm just telling you now, this happened. And I showed it to the police officer there, and they laughed. They're like, this guy thinks that that's $2,000 worth of damage. I broke a light on my vehicle, which is like a small one at the bottom, not even my main light, but like a small backup light. And then it's like, and then there's a scratch, and they're laughing it off. They're like, there's no way he can do anything about that. Like, it's private
Nice.
property, and it's like, so it's, no big deal, but I was like freaked out, cause this security officer comes, and then I even called my mom, and my mom's like, I would never if I got in a car accident or something, I would never call my parents. Why are you doing this? I'm like, I just wanted you to know in case I get sued. But then she's like, it was a security officer, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, they're always just angry because they can't be police.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's like, I know security. My mom used to work security, and she's like, they're just all uppity because they can't be police officers. And so I'm like, so that's fine.
Another thing that happened to me, though, which is life related, it's Friday morning. The night before, I learned that, you're doing a school delivery. And I'm like, okay. I do those all the time. And then I'm like, how many pizzas? About 283 personal pizzas. I'm like, okay, that'll be fun. So then I go into work half an hour before they open to get all the bags into the car and all that. And my car is full of pizza, like to the brim. You couldn't put any more. Like,
okay, so what was the smell? Awesome or terrible?
I'm desensitized to it now. I can't smell it in my car at least.
That must suck.
Because when my friends get in my car, they're like, "Wow, this place smells like pizza." I'm like, "Does it?"
Yeah, but to be fair, it's Pizza Hut pizza, so.
Anyway.
The views on this podcast do not reflect the views of Adrian. Please let him keep his job.
Please. So I'm like driving so we get an invoice that says what the school name I have to go to.
Yes.
And then I went to that school.
Was it my old school?
Yeah, it was your old school.
I told them that you should. Okay, I'll let you continue. But I told them, and they said they'll think about it. Obviously, they didn't.
Nope. So I drove it. There's the little ramp you go up. You can drive up or the fire, or like the department, like emergency services if they have to get close to the school. So I drove up there, and there was a car facing me. So I'm like, I can't stay here because the other guy's gonna have to like go forward. So I back out of there, go on the other side, and I unload the pizza. I get the pizza in. I'm like, the pizza's here. They're like, we usually get Subways on Fridays. That's weird. And I'm like, I didn't even think twice about it, right? So I start unloading maybe 3 bags of the personal pizzas, which amounts around 30 or 40.
Yep.
And then one of the ladies comes into the lunchroom, and she's like, "You got the wrong school. It says Bayonetta here." And I'm like,
"You went."
And at this time, I was on the phone with one of the guys at work, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the school just called me." I'm like, "Why?" And then she walked in with that. And I'm like, "Okay, bye." I just hung up on him. And then I'm like, fine, I'll just get all pizzas back into the bag. And she took 20 minutes. And I called back. I'm like, you guys gonna have because there were other workers there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're gonna get them over to Bayonetta, so we can get the pizzas out to them faster since we're 20 minutes late already and there's already more deliveries ready. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, good. And then I go all the way to Bayonetta. I'm like, just give him the dirtiest look. I'm like, you guys screwed up on this one. We're like, we know. But yeah.
And they didn't tip you?
No, but I still got $10 for the delivery as a whole.
Oh, okay. I thought this was a story about how you didn't get a tip for that.
Oh no, the tip, I'm used to not getting tipped by them anymore. I'm still not keen on delivering there because
I told him, I said, maybe you should, when you have 200 plus pizzas, maybe it's a good idea to at least do a small tip.
$5.
$5. That's it. But no, yeah, no. So,
yeah. But yeah,
well,
that was it.
that's life.
Other than that, I'm watching something too, or I've finished watching it actually. Black Mirror season 3.
Oh yeah.
Finally got around to watching the last 2 episodes, which was Men Against Fire, which was not surrounded, but like it was surrounding government stuff.
Ooh, government
and military.
Was it good, fun government, or was it boring, long-winded government?
It was dark and evil government.
Oh, so American government.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into it too much since like people might want to watch it. But then I watched the season finale, which was Hated in the Nation, which might be my second favorite episode of the series.
Oh, nice.
It was about it's like a murder mystery.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, an hour and a half murder mystery.
That's good. That's a good length, I feel.
Robotic bees. That's all I'm going to say.
I've seen the Robo-Bees one. Oh, I haven't seen all of it, but I remember coming upstairs and seeing my dad watching about Robo-Bees. And he's like, look at the bees, they're robots. And I'm like, how wacky.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching, and I'm not watching. I think I'm going to start season 4 eventually.
Yeah.
But that's about it for like life stuff.
Sounds good.
Anything?
Shall we roll on into the news?
I think we should.
All right, you get the first couple stories.
All right. So they, as in Rockstar, has announced the official release date for Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Yay!
Despite it not being on my list.
I'm so excited.
There were some new screenshots. Looks
wow,
pretty Wild West.
Shots. Wow.
You gotta be my
Horses.
first like big Rockstar game was Red Dead Redemption 1.
Okay.
So I'm like excited to see like how like they're gonna like improve on the first one.
Are they gonna bring back the people who fly around like birds?
What? What?
You've never seen the glitch in the first game where
No.
the people for some reason the birds get replaced by people and they're just flapping in the sky?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, but it might. I don't think it's gonna hit that 26. I think it might just be pushed into like the later part of the year, like November,
Who
and
knows?
just completely like dominate that month. Because you gotta realize like that October month slot is full now.
What's all in October?
Nothing yet, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
But like all the other developers are probably like, oh, we can't release a game around that time now.
Sure.
But it might be all shoved into November like everything is.
We'll have to see. Well, you'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I don't care. I've told him this a lot. I have cowboys in my family, and nothing makes me more disinterested in anything than cowboys. Because once you know cowboys, the illusion is gone. They're all horrible people.
You know, the eras. Wild West is my second favorite era.
See, I hate it. The only time I enjoyed it was like Back to the Future Part 3.
I haven't seen that one.
See, that one actually does it in a really cool way because it kind of plays up a bit of the stereotypes, but does it in a fun way, like a way that is enjoyable even if you don't enjoy the era. I hate Western movies. I hate country music. I don't
like country music either.
I would rather die.
I just like the setting.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
No.
It's not fun. I don't recommend it.
I don't think I need to ride a horse to like the Wild West. Literally,
riding horses has made me hate horses in all media. They're just teeth and muscle, and like they're just like they could bite your hand off.
What about Epona?
I don't care.
But Epona is best horse.
Yeah, but you get a motorcycle, and that's so much better. I don't want Epona back for any Zelda. I want boats or motorcycles or trains.
But Epona is so like
Link a jetpack.
All right, let's not get off track too much.
Okay.
Did you see that comment in the previous one?
No, which?
We go off track too much.
That's every podcast. You shut your face.
All right, but that's about it. October 26th coming out. I can't wait for it. You can.
I can wait. I will wait forever.
Next story. One of my stories again too. Overwatch. Overwatch's next event, Lunar New Year, Year of the Dog.
You're the
best year.
Pup.
Coming out or going live, I guess, on Thursday this week.
So, Do you remember the concept art of the one hero that was scrapped for Overwatch, which was just a dog with a gun? Jetpack dog with a gun?
No, it was Jetpack Cat.
It was a cat?
It was a cat.
Okay, we'll bring that concept back as a dog, and you know what? We'll talk. We'll talk about new hero reveal for Lunar New Year.
So, a guy with a giant glove didn't bring you back? A woman with, shooty things out of her hands?
Moira does nothing for me.
She's I think she's the least interesting character they've put in the game so far.
Visually, from a storytelling perspective.
Do you know her story at all?
I know a little bit. She's just evil Mercy, pretty much.
Pretty much.
That's it.
But she gave Reaper her powers, which makes it more interesting in my eyes.
It's okay.
But yeah, I always say that she's a paladin's character.
She is.
Yeah.
That is very much true.
But I think that's just a misstep in there. I think it's not going to be a downward spiral of their
out of every character in the game, when I think of the Overwatch cast, I do think of a lot of the DLC characters. The ones I don't think about are Orisa and Moira.
I really like Orisa.
I like Orisa, but I find Orisa's a bit forgettable. Moira is incredibly forgettable.
Yeah, Orisa was kind of the prelude to Doomfist.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But back to the Lunar New Year. I think they're going to bring back Capture the Flag.
That'd be fun.
Everyone hates. There's a lot of people who hate.
I feel like that's a game mode that should always be in the game.
It is in the game. You can play it in custom games.
Oh, really? Nice.
But it's not in the arcade.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
It is sometimes they have that slot where it changes daily.
Yeah.
Other than that, I hope I get what I missed last year, which was the Tracer victory pose.
Oh, the one with the lion?
The highlight intro.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good one.
I miss Winston's skin as well.
Oh, his Journey to the West one.
Yeah,
nice.
That one's pretty cool.
The Journey to the West skins are awesome. I like them.
Oh yeah, I've read everyone else's except Winston's. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what map they turn into. They do that with almost every event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blizzard World.
For Lunar New Year?
Yeah. Blizzard World.
It's too new of a map. They don't do that.
At night with fireworks.
You can just do that with any map, though.
I mean, fair enough. You're right.
All right. Next up.
Kaz Hirai, former CEO of Sony, is retiring. And
seems like a lot of them are retiring.
Well, so here's the thing. I thought he retired, but that's because the Kaz Hirai Twitter was retiring.
Oh.
The fake one that does all the jokes. And so, I thought...
It's weird that they're retiring around the same time.
Well, I was like, this is kind of a weird... I thought he was. And then it's oh, right, no, that was the Twitter. But you know what? No, I feel like it makes sense for...
He's kind of fallen into the shadows.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
When did he fall, really?
What do you mean?
Out of the shadows,
he hasn't been in the spotlight for 10 years. He's always been in the background. He hasn't been, he's no Wada, no. You see him go out on stage every now and then, but he never had any.
He's gonna be the face, though, since Frederick PlayStation is out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Andrew House.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Oh, no, it's, what's his name?
Shuhei?
Sean Layden.
Oh, yeah, Sean Layden.
Yeah, he's the...
No, but who's the new guy replacing him? Isn't it Shuhei?
No, Shuhei's been always there.
No, but isn't Shuhei replacing him? taking up his position?
Yeah, in terms of corporate stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the face of the company.
I see, but I've never seen Sony as having a face, honestly.
I think it's Shuhei Sean type thing.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Well, they're much more.
If there was anyone to be the face, it would be Shuhei for me, for sure. But
Xbox. I guess Phil Spencer.
Is that the guy who looks like the villain of video games?
No, that's the EA guy.
Oh, the EA guy. That guy's the villain of every game ever, and it's the scariest
I'm talking about
thing.
the guy who's he stands like this.
Oh, that guy! You just have to do the back up and the fingers, and you're exactly that's him. I don't know. I feel like none of them have a face as good as Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
but that's
top tier.
That's just by the company. So
yeah, you don't need a face. Just need good spokespeople.
Yeah,
who aren't villains.
Or if they are a villain, they're a lovable villain, like Reggie.
Yeah,
Reggie could be a fun Pixar villain,
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why he's so lovable.
He was the CEO of Pizza Hut.
Was he actually?
Yeah, that's where he came from. Before Nintendo, he was at Pizza Hut.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a legacy.
I know.
Behind. All right, next. You don't know anything about this.
I know nothing about this, so please tell me.
It's a rumor that breaking news today.
Dun,
rumor.
dun, dun, dun. We interrupt this broadcast for breaking news.
Sony or someone who was ever involved, they're planning to continue the Crash brand into the future for 5 years, including putting the Insane trilogy on PC and Switch.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that for sure. Because it's not Sony-backed 100%.
Sony limited exclusive type thing.
Yeah, I remember them saying limited exclusive, and I'm like, no, that makes sense. Any other rumors, or is that just it, other than the 5 years?
And they're developing a new Crash game.
Okay.
After the success of Insane, which I'm so happy about.
Let's go Twin Sanity 2. Do you remember Twin Sanity?
I do.
Where you got your Crash and Cortex and they're like tied together and you have to do...
I do remember that game a lot.
I don't. I've never played it. I just know the title.
So it's so wacky.
Okay, that's it for Crash?
Yeah, that's like, there's nothing like substantial. It's just like a rumor for
Okay,
now,
fair enough. Yeah.
You might hear about something next.
So, not a rumor. This is confirmed now.
Yep.
We had
Actually, before we talk about this, should we talk about the sales?
Of?
Like the Switch in December.
What's there to be said other than it's selling like
it's sold over 50
hotcakes.
million. It's officially outsold the Wii U.
In like a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. Yeah, no,
And
the
then-
Switch is doing well.
More interestingly, the game sales. Mario Odyssey with 9 million.
God, that's crazy.
Speaking
is Zelda still at, like, there are more
It's at
people who
7
own
million.
Zelda than Switches?
No, I think that's like... I think the attach rate is a bit lower
Okay,
now.
I remember when the attach rate was like 105%.
That was insane.
Meaning, like, everyone has Zelda and some people have two. It's like, what? How does that work?
Speaking of Mario, the Nintendo rep came into work on Thursday,
Oh, yeah?
and we were just talking, and I was like, Mario Odyssey is like a really good game to put like DLC in, and he explained to me that like the reason that they don't want to do that really is that they want. I'll just interrupt my own thoughts here. They want everything to be free because they don't want to like put a bad taste in parents' mouths.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to be like, you have this game, but there's more you can pay for. Like, parents want the complete experience for their kids, right? Since it's the flagship family game for the Switch.
So, yeah. I mean...
But that doesn't mean no DLC. That means free DLC, possibly.
But
Kingdoms.
I, as someone who one of his good friends is a Nintendo rep of Canada... I can confirm Nintendo reps of Canada do not learn anything that early.
Fair enough.
They hear some stuff, but it's all internal rumors.
Oh,
like
okay.
they never hear confirmed news.
But it does make sense. That
Yeah,
they
no,
wanna,
that definitely makes sense as an explanation for sure.
Yeah.
So, but
do you still want to talk about sales?
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, other than we just know that it all sold well.
sold the most in Japan,
Well, of course,
but like
Japan loves Splatoon.
it sold over 5 million, which hasn't happened for games in 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway,
I'm sorry, I don't find sales news.
I don't know. I find it oddly cool.
For me, sales news is did it sell good or sell bad, and that's all I really care too much. Because I'm
just so happy Nintendo's back on the
Oh
game.
yeah,
with all their
they're
sales.
doing really well.
Yeah.
But because there was the investors meeting, and
A few announcements.
there were a few announcements at the investors meeting, which isn't unheard of, but especially these news, because this news is definitely news that, I mean, gamers would enjoy, but investors are licking their lips at. The first one is Mario Kart is coming to iPhone in the form of Mario Kart Tour.
Pay $2 for your blue shell.
Okay, but so we don't know if it's gonna be
is it gonna
Mario
be
Run style, where it's you buy it and you have the game, or if it's gonna be Fire Emblem Heroes, Animal Crossing style. We don't know which way it's gonna be. But you know what? Honestly,
But gameplay style, how would that work? Would it be those invisible, those semi-transparent buttons?
I'm gonna say probably tilt controls.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense on
Would
the
it be
iPhone.
first person?
No.
No.
There's so many kart racers on the phone.
Unless it
That's
could be
out of every genre, I feel kart racer makes a lot of sense on the iPhone.
yeah.
So we'll have to see where it goes.
I think they could do almost like a kart race type overhead style.
Yeah, you know what? There's so many different ways. It
Like,
could
you know,
even...
Mario Odyssey, that minigame.
Yeah, no,
like
for
that.
sure. No, there's so many different ways, and every single Nintendo mobile game has been great.
But not in the long term. As in, it doesn't like last long.
Fire Emblem Heroes does.
For me, none of them have.
Okay, yeah, but you're not a mobile gamer at all.
No.
And so, but I'm talking just like in the grand scheme of things, these games are much better than we thought they'd be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, and
because when they like first announced, like, oh, they're going into mobile, that's
I was like, this is gonna suck. But then, like everyone, like the worst has probably been Mario Run.
Yeah, because
Miitomo,
we did.
but Miitomo was it's being shut down. Yeah, but I mean, like everything gets shut down with time. That's it's been like 4 years.
Has it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, it's been like 2.
Like 4 years, probably. I don't know. It's been
launched
years
at
least.
the beginning of 2016 because I remember it came out and I was in college.
Okay, fair enough.
But
I feel like it's like I don't think it shutting down is a bad thing. If no one
no, it's not.
Like it was used and people enjoyed it and the numbers aren't there. So let's send it off and use those servers and resources for the next game.
Yeah, and they found like they're like they got the win in their sales.
Yeah,
in terms of mobile gaming now.
Yeah,
because Miitomo was like the first game, right?
And you know what, Miitomo, I still think it's not really a game; it's a communication tool. It's a social media. The Mario Run came out, and Mario Run it actually controlled pretty well. It had some good content, but it was paid, and people didn't like that. Investors hated it. But it was still good, and it was still a good title. And then Fire Emblem came out, it was awesome. Animal Crossing came out, it was awesome. And then Mario Kart, I'm expecting it to come out and be awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm kind of not expecting to be awesome was the next announcement, which is a Mario movie by Illumination Studios,
also known for
Minions, Despicable Me, Life of Pets, all those movies that you put on and you're like, this...
It rots your brain.
The kids like it, but oof, they're not the best. Now, mind you, Shiggy himself is directing it.
Oh, he's directing?
Yeah. It said directed by
Shigeru
Miyamoto and the guy behind Minions or whatever. So, I might put this in, if this movie is financially a success... I'm gonna put it in the it's not for me, but good for the company barrel, so I don't hate it. Like Final Fantasy 15, A New Empire. You know, where it's like,
don't say that word.
I don't like it.
Don't say those words.
I don't like it. But for investors, for the company, and for people who like it, good.
What do you think of I think they shouldn't do the Mario versus Bowser typical story. I think they should have a brand new Mario villain.
You do?
And, I think that would be a better way to go, because you know what's going to happen in a Mario versus Bowser thing, right?
Well, I'm gonna say let's have it start with the basic plot and then maybe go off the rails a little. You know, imagine Mario RPG. It starts off with...
I haven't played it.
You should. That game's amazing.
I know.
It's one of the best Mario RPGs.
Here. It's on this little...
It's on that little Switch. Not Switch. Little Super Nintendo.
Little baby.
But no, because it literally starts off with, Bowser's kidnapped Peach. Mario goes save her. And you do that for about 10, 20 minutes. And you do it. And you get to the end. And Bowser's like, oh, curse you, Mario. You've defeated me again. And then, boom, something happens. Something goes wrong. Yo, what? Mario's like, what's happening? This is not normal. And even Bowser's like, Mario, this is weird. Normally things don't go this way. And then they team up. And then they fight the bigger villain.
What I'm saying is that they can do something past. They don't have to go for the bare minimum.
Yeah. And honestly,
they can do something really cool with it. That's all I'm saying. It has potential.
Oh my god, I just had a horrible thought.
Minions in the Mario movie?
No, worse.
Worse.
What if Toads become the new Minions? It's all these kids going on. It's oh my god, imagine a Toad saying banana! It's all the kids freak out. And all the kids are running around doing Toad voices. And you go everywhere and there's Toad hats everywhere.
And then Mario's ruined forever.
It's the new Minion. Toad is the new Minion, but with a worse voice. Oh no!
No.
I don't think it'll ruin Mario forever. If the Mario Brothers cartoon, if
the Mario
movie,
live
action movie, which I think is a wonderful movie and will always be the Mario movie in my eyes, if Mario CDI games, if all those things don't kill Mario, I don't think this will.
No. Mario's too big.
It's too big.
Yeah.
It'll be something to laugh at years later.
Yeah.
Is what it'll be. It'll be like, hey, do you remember the Mario movie? And they're like, you mean the live action one? No, you remember that weird animated one? I mean, people don't remember the Mario anime movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which was, like, really weird. And it had Peach, like, be rescued by not Mario and Luigi, but, like, this random heroic Toad Knight guy. And, like, it's a weird anime movie. Like, that happened. Mind you, in Japan only. But it's like, they put Luigi's weird blue and yellow overalls in Smash.
Yeah.
And it's like, they'll reference it, but I don't think it'll do anything substantial.
No.
And I mean, hey, who knows? It could be the first mainstream good video game movie.
What about Wreck-It Ralph?
No. What I mean is based off a specific IP. Wreck-It Ralph gets a pass because it's kind of it's not like it uses other IPs, but it's not like it's not based off of.
You never know. Tomb Raider may get there first.
I don't know if Tomb Raider counts, because Tomb Raider did have like decent movies. The first two Tomb Raider movies,
never seen them.
They're okay. I've watched them.
Okay.
I didn't even know Tomb Raider was a video game when I watched them.
Really?
Yeah, no, because I was like, I was pretty little, but I watched them. I'm like, yeah, they're okay. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that Monster Hunter movie will be good.
When does it come out?
I don't know. We've only seen leaked footage, and Capcom confirmed it's real.
Okay.
So,
one last announcement that they.
Oh yes.
Not really announcement, but more like reconfirmation.
Well, I'd say it's an announcement. Because they're announcing when the date is.
Switch Online is coming on in September.
So Switch Paid Online.
Switch Paid Online.
Which, some people might be like, oh, that's when we're going to have to pay for it. But I look at it as, oh, that's when all the important updates to make it, better will come in.
Because they also talked about, like, they're going to, like, make, like, the presentation really good for this, too.
Yeah. So it's not just going to be Switch Online. It's basically Switch 2.0 infrastructure. Is what it is. It's going to be...
But it can also, like, leave a bad taste in people's mouths by, like, oh, we had this thing for free so long, and now you're charging us for it. Like, what the hell? Type thing. Yeah, there are going to be people out there.
Well, of course. Of course there is. I mean, there's always people who, whenever the concept of money is brought up, they get testy. There's people who say, well, I can't play this game because I pirated it? You mean, like, you have to spend money on a game? I'm not spending money. And it's like, well, yeah. Games cost money. Media costs money. Servers cost money.
Yeah.
The world revolves around money. Get a job.
Honestly.
Like, honestly, if you can't, and like, you saw the pricing, right?
Oh, it's cheap as hell.
It's hilarious. It's like $15 a year or something.
But on that same note, I don't think I'm going to get it.
Really?
Because where my Switch is, it's in a place where the Wi-Fi is really bad, and I only have one wired connection, so I don't play online games on it.
But I feel like there's going to be...
There's going to be like other stuff to like warrant it too. But,
yeah.
Like, I guess, but...
I'm not going to play many games online, but for the ones that I do, and like for, the little bits of whatever, you might... Connect your Switch Online to get an update file or whatever. I don't know. They're going to incentivize it in some way.
Well, the games library.
Yeah, and then the games library. Like for that paltry amount of money, I'll probably get it.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's like, whatever. It's cheaper than... It's like, skip one meal at McDonald's. Not McDonald's, it's a bad example. It's a little more than McDonald's. Regardless. It's like, I don't know. I feel like some people are going to complain about it, but people complain about paying for anything in a game. It's like, they're like, oh, why can't you give it to us for free? Because that's not how the world works.
Nope.
Things cost money. I mean, the fact that you can listen to this podcast for free is kind of insane.
Yeah.
If you told like people when like first records were coming out and stuff that like, oh yeah, in the future people will be able to listen to audio for free. They'd be like, what are you talking about? That's insane. So it's like, yeah, count your blessings. The fact that, I don't know. I'm going on a rant.
All right.
Let's talk about something more positive.
Something I'd have no idea about.
Oh my god, yo, I'm so excited. Okay, so, real talk. I have hidden favorite genres. One of them is fishing games. I think fishing games are the dopest thing ever. And GREE, who do a lot of work with Nintendo and a lot of mobile stuff, they are bringing what was originally going to be like a free-to-play mobile game. They're bringing a paid version, a really good one, of their game Fishing Star to Switch. And it's like a crazy over-the-top fishing game with a campaign, and you got different rods and different fish, and you can get fish to get fish, and like you can double hook by using, like if you get a fish on the line, keep it in the water, another bigger fish will come eat that fish, and you'll hook them both, you know? So it's like, you got crazy fishing stuff, and you know, the fact that GREE is actually making a Switch game, this is their first actual, console debut. Technically.
Okay.
So that's kind of a big deal. GREE's a big company in Japan. So it's gonna be really cool. Plus, again, fishing games are so dope. I love them. So I'm excited for that. That's about it.
I have nothing to say.
You have nothing to say? Do you like fishing games?
Not really.
Oh, dude. Fishing and golf are two things I hate in real life, but love playing games of.
Fair.
So, I love that. Next up, we had a brief overview trailer in Japan for Bayonetta 1 and 2, and it talked a little bit about the amiibo support. So,
we know what the Marios and the
all the ones that are related to the costumes Bayonetta gets, you can scan in to immediately get the costumes. You don't have to buy them, which is good because those costumes are expensive in game. Meaning you can now actually, you know, start to finish, do a costume run. Because the costumes do change her up quite a bit in terms of gameplay. Not so much in 1, but definitely in 2. Like 2 is when you can do like the screw attack with Samus and morph ball and stuff. And, you know, the fox gives you the lasers and stuff. So that's good. You can scan them in and get them instantly. This is really good though for, just a pro tip, first time players. Scan in the Link amiibo and use that costume. It basically gives you Metal Gear Rising parries for free.
Wow.
So, if an enemy's attacking you, press forward towards them, you do a parry that fills up your meter. Normally, you have to buy a rather expensive accessory to get that.
Yeah.
Scan in the Link amiibo, because she has a shield on her arm. That is a free accessory, then you can use 2 other accessories.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's really dope. Use that if you're having trouble.
I think I'm just gonna go like basic.
Fair enough.
Without amiibo
That's
for the
fine.
first run.
I mean, you could scan them in, like some of them you could use for just fun, like the Princess Peach one, you know what that does?
No.
It turns your Wicked Weave attacks into Bowser. Bowser's limbs come out, and it's pretty dope. And it makes Bowser noises, and the halos become Mario coins.
Oh, okay.
And if you pick them up, they make Mario coin noises, so that's pretty
cool.
dope. The cool thing, though, is, both Bayonetta and Jean, can use them.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go.
Oh, yeah, no, well, both Bayonetta and Jean can use, the same costumes, but Bayonetta uses modern sounds. Jean, in canon, is more of a retro gamer fan, so all the sound effects are replaced with, like, Super Nintendo versions of this stuff. So it's like you get different sounds between them, and it's like, oh, it's great. Yeah, you could scan in the Bayonetta amiibo, and I think if you scan in Bayonetta 2 amiibo to 1, you get her 2 costume in 1, which you couldn't do before. And if you scan in the 1 costume in 2, you get her 1 costume early, which is pretty nice. But otherwise, the big thing is that you could scan 32 amiibo a day.
That's a lot.
Which, cause if you scan in just generic ones, you get just items and stuff, right?
Yeah.
This is really good for Halo grinding, because Halos are the currency, and some of the secret content, you need to either do tasks where it's like, complete the game on the hardest difficulty with all platinum ranks, or you can buy it for, like, millions of the currency.
Yeah.
So this'll really help get people to, like, fight the super boss, get all the secret items, you know? So it's like, this'll be good for that. God, those games are so good. Oh my god, Bayonetta 1 is still, like, top 3 games of all time for just, like, games that make me cry when I think about them because of how hyped they get. Oh my god. So, that's gonna be good.
Alright.
You can do this one, you know.
So the developers behind Octopath have released a video.
Yep.
Talking about their learning experiences from the demo. Is that done now, or can you still play it?
No, you can still play it. You'll be able to play it right up to the release, probably.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they've addressed a lot of things. I don't remember exactly what they addressed.
A lot of it is like skipping cutscenes.
Just quality of life stuff.
It's pretty much all quality of life stuff.
I'm glad they fixed the running thing because that was annoying.
What was the running thing?
You had to like press a button to run instead of holding it.
Okay.
It was like shifting speeds instead of like.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
One that I really liked was you could now turn down the 3D effects on it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So it kind of like it flattens the world quite a bit, and it also removes a lot of like the bloom and some of the lighting effects, and it makes it look like a Super Nintendo game, like slightly more HD, but pretty much. And I'm like, that's what I'm using. I didn't like the bloom and the darkness.
Really?
I thought
I liked it.
I said like I like it, but it could be turned down, and like this turning it down makes the game look perfect to me.
Okay.
So I'm super down for that, and so it's gonna. I'm excited to see where they go with it.
Yeah, still waiting on that title.
Yeah,
people want to like call it Final Fantasy,
but it's not.
It's not.
It's not. Like it's distinctly not. If anything, it'll be Bravely something because it's by the Bravely team. It uses Bravely mechanics. Like it literally uses the Brave in the default system where you can stack up turns. That's literally the Brave in the default system from Bravely Default.
Okay.
So it's like, if anything, it's gonna be Bravely something.
Third.
It might be Bravely Third, but it's more of like a taking the mechanics and turning it into a new world sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably gonna be, who knows? We'll have to see.
Still one of those like really excited games.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's nice to have a new old school RPG kind of going. With the voice acting was good. I remember playing that, and I thought that was dope.
The music. There were a bit of music issues in there too.
Really,
where the music was a bit too loud compared to the voices.
Oh,
that's a complaint I sent.
I turn that. I always, in every game I play, the first thing I do is I go to the settings. I put voices to 100, music to like 60 or 70, and sound effects to like 60 and 70. Every game I play, I do that.
Oh, okay.
Because I definitely like to hear the voices more than anything.
I like music more.
Really? Yeah. No, I'm like, first thing I want to do is hear the voices. So
fair enough.
And the last news story.
Yeah, but go check out that video because we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't talk much about it, but it's a really cool video, and I think it's a dope thing for a big it's Square Enix doing this. That's pretty dope. So so that's really cool. I'm excited to see where that goes.
Last story.
Last story. This one is real niche and real obscure
for Tanner's eyes only.
Well, okay, so I remember back in like high school, I had a friend who would he'd be in class and he'd be playing this weird game. I'm like, what is this thing? He's like, you've never heard of Yume Nikki? And I'm like, no. And it's basically a game where you're stuck in a girl's dream. And it's like, so you're going through her dreams and go through all these doors and solve like these, like there's no combat. But it's like a top-down like RPG, like an old school looking RPG, but there's no combat. You get like weird powers and things will just happen. There's like probability where it's like, if you enter this area and turn on this light switch, there's a 1 in 256 chance that this person will turn into a screaming head. That if you touch it, then you'll be transported to this place, which may or may not represent abortion. So it's like, it's a dream diary type game.
Okay.
Very dark, but at the same time, not too dark. So it's interesting. But it's old. Like, this is from, 2005 or whatever, and it then got an English translation online because, the internet took a hold of it, and so that was kind of cool, but then we get word that, Kadokawa, which is a, this is, Paramount Studios for anime, they are releasing a reimagining of it called Yume Nikki Dream Diary, which I've watched the trailer, and I can't even okay, so imagine, it shows the first part of it, and it looks just like kind of an HD version of the old sprites.
Yeah.
But then she goes through a door, and it looks like, what was that game that was the sequel to Limbo?
Inside.
It looks like Inside.
Really?
Like, shot for shot Inside.
Huh.
You go to a new area, and it's like full roaming 3D environments, and just going between genres, and it's really interesting. So they're releasing that, and it's a reimagining of the initial game made by, well, not by, but with the help of the original creator who went into hiding after the game came out. No one's found them. Apparently they did, and they're working together on it.
Huh.
And so it's yeah.
It's just what's it coming out on?
Probably just PC.
Oh, okay.
I can't imagine it coming out on console because it's probably going to be full of incredibly phallic imagery. There's a condom who's stroking a pole that you go find, and you just see him, and he's smiley. He has a little smiley face, and you just walk up to him. It's a weird game, though. I can't even describe it other than, like, it's one of those weird, like, midnight society games that, like, you know, people talk about in hushed whispers and stuff, you know, so it's, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I've seen people say, yo, this is cool, and yo, you're kind of desecrating, like, this holy artifact, cause it's like cause it was a made by one person type game, and then going from that to, like, a big company's kind of taking it up, so it's gonna be interesting. We'll have to see.
Could be really good, or could be really bad.
Yep. I mean, I'm sure, you know what, I'm gonna say it right now, this is the next game that's gonna be, like, live stream bait.
Like after Doki Doki Literature Club?
Well, more after, like, getting over it.
Oh.
Like, you know, like the game that everyone plays, like, whoa, check out my wacky reactions to this crazy Japanese game. Whoa.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's about what I'm expecting. Weird news came out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. So, okay, that's it for our news.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
we're going on break.
After the break?
We're going into our main topic, which we'll get into after the break.
Yes.
See you then.
Bye.
Ciao. And we're back. And we're going to be talking about the topic of this week.
Which is?
So we didn't have one in mind, and it was literally just like a last minute, oh god, we need a topic. And so I thought about this one. I actually thought it'd be a kind of cool one.
Yeah.
Our experiences with game series that we went from 0 to 100 on. 0 being I don't know what this is, to, oh my god, I'm such a fan, every new game I have to buy, and I'm going back through the backlog, and I'm learning it all, you know, games that we were, like, not only turned on to, but, like, really turned on to, you know, like, games that were like, oh, you know, you, like, in such a short period of time, like, it's not like a long fandom thing, it's a immediate, I'm a fan of this, and I love it, but you just never heard of it, right? So we're gonna be talking about 3 of them each.
Well,
What?
like, do we have to not hear about it before?
Well, okay, well, no, but I mean, like, that's an exaggeration. But, like, as in, like, not heard about it, but, like, not heard about it. But, like, you didn't know much about it.
Okay.
You know? So it's like, you might not have known what it was really like. You might have just had, you know, caught wind of it through the internet or society or whatever. Okay. But, like, you wouldn't know, right?
Okay.
So, you want to start?
Sure.
Sure.
I can probably, like, thank you for every single one of these.
I was gonna say, most of these come from me, because I taught you how to play good games, but that's okay.
First, I don't remember, like, beforehand. I don't think I knew much about them, about the games as a whole. But I thought, like, this could be okay, because it was just you. It was another friend who knew about who really liked this series of games too, which was Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, yeah. So when you played Brawl, did you have no?
No, I didn't. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Oh, that was for me. It's not one of my series, but I'll say, like, for me, that was like, as soon as Snake was announced, I'm like, well, time to go play through every single game that he's been in. So that's what I literally did.
Yeah, like, I had no idea who he was. I thought he was a cool character, but, like, after that, and then I think, like, a year before, or the year of when 5 came out.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Because, like, was I like, what is this Metal Gear thing?
Yeah, I remember. I think it was because this is Jacob we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were both like, I remember we were in social class and talking about it. We were like, yo, Metal Gear Solid 5, yeah, and we're talking about it, and then, you know, we're hyping it up, and I think, yeah, then one of the days we're just talking about it, not in social, you weren't in social class, but, like, we were just talking about it, and you're like, so yeah, what is this Metal Gear thing? And I'm like, strap in, because it's a long story.
And now today, it's an incredible series. Whenever I think about it, it's just like, I really need to replay those.
Yeah, from 1 through 4. What an amazing series. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Peace Walker.
5 is good.
Hey, you know what? I liked Ground Zeroes a lot.
In 2015.
I like Ground Zeroes a lot.
I don't know what, like, I get the story isn't that good.
But that's what it comes down to for me, is I love the story, and when they remove that, but you know, I'm taking out your spotlight. Go ahead, sorry. We've had this exact discussion on a previous podcast, I just realized.
I think we do.
Go on, though.
Yeah, because, distinctly I remember, you got me to play through, I was playing through Metal Gear Solid 2, and then you wanted to hang out with me during the ending and see my reaction.
Oh my god, yeah, that was the best.
And holy shit.
We played right through, I think, the Harrier fight to the ending.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because, oh my god, what a game to watch. Like, when you have knowledge of that game's ending, which is honestly one of my favorite game endings of all time. Incredibly relevant nowadays. Oh my god, I see it shared on Facebook and Twitter all the time. Like, this kind of predicted everything, you know? But, like, I was just watching it live. The reaction was so good.
My mind was blown. I think it's still, like, one of my favorite, if not my favorite Metal Gear game.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Like for me, I recognize that Metal Gear Solid 3 is the better game.
Yeah.
But 2 is my favorite.
Just like what it like contains and all that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it contains a lot.
And then I think,
but it's also like a good game.
It is. Yeah. It's not a bad game. It's
like, I think the top-down angle works well for it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel in 1, it's for it. 2, it works well. 3, when 3 first released, it was top-down. That's a no. That one needs to be the 3D camera. For me.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't play that. There was 1 or 2 sections where I put on the top-down camera, because you could toggle it with the stick. Mm-hmm. But, like, otherwise, no. That game needs the 3D camera.
Yeah. I think the day after, or like a few days after, I started 3. And I love that one too. Then 4, I didn't just play it through 4. Oh no, I played through, No. It was because I played 3, and then I was like, I won't have enough time to play 4 before 5 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to like play Ground Zero, or not Ground Zeroes, Peace Walker.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to the helicopter fight, and I'm like, I can't get through this, and I'm not gonna have enough time to beat it by the time.
Peace Walker's hard.
And then I just watched the movie with all the cutscenes.
Which, you know what? To be fair, that's the best way to probably experience.
The ending of Peace Walker, I like rewatched it recently, and it's like
it's good,
really powerful.
It's really good. Yeah. No, Peace Walker in general is like that game's just a Monster Hunter game. You need to grind your weapons up and grind your armor up, and to beat those bosses. I mean, not even talking about the monsters that are actually in the game. Like, it is, but it is it's literally when you start up the game, it's like, how would you like your controls? Metal Gear Solid style? Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops style? Or Monster Hunter style? Based off of Capcom's hit franchise Monster Hunter. Registered trademark. And I was like...
Hit franchise? At that time?
Dude, Monster Hunter in Japan
was
literally...
keep forgetting about that.
Since the PSP. That's why it's on the PSP. Since the PSP, it's been huge.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then the night before, I played through Ground Zeroes. The night before 5 came out, I played through Ground Zeroes, and that little teaser at the end. The final chapter. Everything's going to be wrapped up. I got so hyped.
I was so hyped, too.
Like, it was the night before, and that's the first time I saw it, and I'm like, this is going to blow
Oh, wait, you never
mind.
played Ground Zeroes until the night before?
Nope.
Jeez, okay. Yeah. I played through Ground Zeroes like 1,000,000 times in hype. Yeah. Like, I got all the trophies and did everything.
Yeah,
I love Ground Zeroes still. I'm just... Wish the ratio
we can have an entire topic about 5. But yeah.
I've still never beat it though, so I wouldn't be able to contribute much.
Fair enough. It's.
I got to Africa and stopped. So.
The endings, well, basically, everyone knows the ending if you're a Metal Gear fan.
Yeah.
But, it was a good game. Anyway, Metal Gear, amazing series. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to say thank you every time here. Okay, now it's your turn.
Alright, so I'm going to start with the smallest series, because it's not really a huge series, but literally as soon as I played it, I'm like, this is one of my favorite things of all time immediately, and that's Bayonetta.
Wow.
So, I remember I saw the trailer for Bayonetta 2, and I had friends freaking out over that, and I'm like, that's cool. It looks interesting. I remember back in the day watching way back on my iPod video, videos of like, this is a review of Bayonetta, and it gave it like a 10 out of 10 rating, and I'm like, I don't know, this game just seems kind of like, I don't know, not the best, it's an action game, but like, and then I had a friend, and I'm like, should I get the Bayonetta 1 and 2 for Wii U? Because I wanted more Wii U games, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'm like, this looks like a cool one, you get to get both games, it seems like a good deal, and I had one friend, and he's like, look at me. Bayonetta is my favorite game of all time. It is gaming perfection. You will never play a game like Bayonetta after you play Bayonetta for the first time. And I'm like, okay. And I trusted him. Yeah. I went out and I bought it. And the first thing I said and I did it in Let's Play form. So you can actually watch my blind reactions, which is really cool. I can go back and watch myself freak out at everything. But, I remember like, I played it and I'm like, okay, first off, I'm going to start with Bayonetta 1. Because I never played Bayonetta 1. And I'm playing it. And literally from as soon as I start playing it, I'm like, this is what video games should always be. Like, just the way everything feels in that game is perfect. It is the smoothest, butteriest thing I've ever touched. And it does, and like, there's not many assets to the game per se, but what it does with said assets is incredible. Different combinations of stuff, different, variations, and, reusing bosses as regular enemies later, and like smaller versions of bosses are just like, you fight them, and, there's hidden rooms, and oh my god, the amount of secrets in that game. I haven't even started to get some of the stuff in my Wii U version.
Really?
So, like, I need to, when I get the Switch version, number one, I'm going to see if I can play it on the hard difficulty to begin with. Because, like, that game is... It's weird because it's in that zone of hard until you understand the gameplay, and then it's not only like a good middle ground difficulty. No other game has made me feel like such a badass when I'm playing it.
You could say that about Monster Hunter too.
Oh my god, dude. No, but here's the thing. Imagine a Monster Hunter where at any time, if you press the dodge button, you go through any attack and time slows down.
That's pretty hype.
Yeah, and there's parries! And when you get the parries, you're like Metal Gear Rising, like literally the final boss does something crazy and you're just like parrying it over and over. And oh my god, Bayonetta. So like as soon as I play Bayonetta 1, I'm like, I'm gonna wait a bit on Bayonetta 2. Cause I had to let it sink in at that point. Cause I'm like, and I will say Bayonetta 2 does not reach the same levels of Bayonetta 1 in terms of crazy hype, but it's like gameplay wise a better game. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like the difference between 2 and 3 for Metal Gear, you know? Where it's like 3 is better gameplay wise, but I like how 2 ends more.
Oh, okay.
So it's like for Bayonetta, I like how Bayonetta 1 ends more, but 2 is better gameplay. And like as soon as I got that, I'm like, the only thing I don't have for Bayonetta is I don't have the movie.
There's a movie?
There's an anime movie. Yeah, they did an anime adaptation of Bayonetta 1.
Oh, okay.
And I do want to get that. I don't have that. I do have streaming services that have it though, and I haven't watched it, so I can just watch it. But I kind of want it physically. Yeah. Like, one of the things I got, which I love, is I got the Bayonetta art book. Like the official art book.
Oh, okay.
But not only the art book, it comes with the DVD, The Making of Bayonetta, which is where you get all those wonderful interviews with Kamiya where it's like, I brought the character designs to the office and they said, we gotta remove the glasses, and I looked them straight in the eye and it just like zooms in on his face like, the glasses ain't coming off. So it's like, I watched that DVD and it's so good. It's like such a great, little movie. And yeah, like going from that, like, and now it's like, as soon as I not only got excited for Bayonetta, but like that's why I'm playing Beautiful Joe. It's like I'm reincarnated into like all the Kamiya stuff. Like he wasn't super into 2, but I feel like he'll be back for 3 because he doesn't have anything else right now. He was working on Scalebound. That's gone. So it's like, if this is Bayonetta 3 with Kamiya, oh my god.
Do you like just stop sometimes and say Bayonetta 3 and just like
cry? Yes. Yes, I do. But like one of the crazy things about Bayonetta is Kamiya really puts his favorite games, little bits and pieces of it into his games.
Oh, okay.
So like you'll just be playing and it'll start playing Afterburner music from the Sega arcade game Afterburner.
Yeah.
Or you'll be playing and all of a sudden this section plays like Fantasy Zone, a old school Sega side-scrolling shooter. Like you feel Kamiya in it, which I've never felt any other game creator put, like maybe Kojima, but like even so, like it feels so like just right through him, strained right through him. Mm-hmm. And I love that. Such a good series. And when you play it, I'm so waiting to wake up one morning on Facebook Messenger and just say, I beat the second boss and I know why life is worth living. Cause like, right from the first boss even, you're like doing stuff that is final boss level in most games.
I did play like some of the first game.
Yeah.
But didn't get through it all the way.
Yeah. Oh, well, and the nice thing is they are shorter games. They're not super long. Now mind you, that's for the base playthrough. There's not only multiple difficulties, there's multiple characters with each their own difficulties. There's like, for example, like there's a weapon in Bayonetta 1 which like no one ever gets because it's like beat 70 levels on normal. There's not 70 levels in the game.
Huh.
So like just by repeatedly playing and doing different, like trying with different characters and different stuff, so you can there's so much in it. There's like really like, and again, it's weird because it's not a Capcom game, but there's a lot of Capcom stuff in it. Like there's items and story connections to Devil May Cry. There's, did you play Okami?
No.
I thought you did.
I played Okami Den on the DS.
Okay. Do you remember Waka? He's like the guy with like the, kind of the bird hat. It's like the human.
Bayonetta?
No. I'm talking about, Okami.
Oh, dude. I played Okami Den so long ago.
Okay, well, that's a Capcom franchise.
Yeah.
You get Waka's sword in Bayonetta.
Huh.
I don't know how. Like, it has the same name. It looks the exact same. Maybe it's just not copyrighted, but
Maybe.
like, it's in there. So it's like, it really feels like
Capcom probably like approach him and be like,
well, you know that,
I'm gonna block you.
no, but you know, like Platinum Games was made from all ex-Capcom staff when they all got fired. So
Oh, okay.
like they were all Capcom people, and then there was Clover Studio, which made like Beautiful Joe, God Hand, Devil May Cry, and so it's like they Okami. So they made all those, and they got fired. So they're like, we'll make our own company. But like, you know, so it's like it really feels like a mix of like you got Capcom's influence through their old studio. Because Sega makes it, you got Sega references everywhere. Sega music, Sega licensed stuff. The Bayonetta one starts off at Eggman's funeral, which is still the weirdest thing ever. And no one talks about this, that Eggman is dead in the Bayonetta universe. You collect rings like Sonic. It's like no one talks about this. Now you got like Nintendo's influence in there with it being all Nintendo properties and stuff. And especially Bayonetta 2, you get a chain chomp as a canon weapon. Like, not even a crossover one. Oh yeah, that's another thing. All the crossovers in Bayonetta are actually, like, canon stuff that they write in.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. And so it's like, it feels like such a mix of all these companies. And it should be weird and terrible. Like
Frankenstein thing?
It should be like Project Cross Zone, which is a weird,
I
terrible
remember that
RPG, you know, featuring all these franchises.
I remember playing the demo for that.
It's bad.
And deleting it soon after.
It's really bad. But it's like, it shouldn't work, but it works so wonderfully. And so, yeah, no, Bayonetta 3, just saying it. Just saying it. And she's in Smash? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry, dude.
Won't be able to play it till like late 2019. Probably?
No. Dude, they make their games fast.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no worries about that. They're not Square Enix. So,
speaking of Square Enix.
Oh, is this a segue?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, dang. Well, segue over to you.
Second franchise. Well, I knew what it was. I knew everything about it.
I know exactly how this is going. I think everyone else does.
I knew the series. I knew what it was.
It's one of the biggest. This one's hard to avoid.
It is, honestly. And then you got me to watch Kingsglaive.
Yes.
And I was like, this universe seems really, really cool.
Well, I think I showed you trailers for 15 first, and that sort of piqued your interest. I'm like, do you want to watch the movie?
Yeah,
and then you're like, yeah, sure.
What the main overall thing is, it's Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we said Kingslave, it should be obvious.
Yeah, but like,
Final
not just
Fantasy.
15, but like, I've played 14. Weird thing, I played 15 before 15. Did I say 15 before 15?
You said 15 twice, yes.
Sorry, I played 13 before 15.
That's how numbers work, yes.
Yeah. But like, I played it for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, no, this game isn't for me.
To be fair, most people play Final Fantasy 13 for about 2 seconds, and they see okay, maybe not 2 seconds. They play it for about 20 minutes, and they realize, wow, I'm just keep walking down hallways, because that's all that game is. It's hallways.
Yeah, but even before, like, you like...
Yeah.
Brainwashed me, like, for everything. I wasn't really a big RPG guy at all. I was one of those people who, like, wants to see every corner of a game, like goes like through really slowly and just like soak it all in.
And you think RPG would be the best genre for that, but
it overwhelmed like me.
Oh,
like,
fair enough. Yeah,
all the
that
terms.
makes sense.
But now, like with 15, I need to like play every single one of them.
Well, okay, maybe not every single one. Don't play 2.
I need to play most of them.
Don't play 2
because I still have 12. I want to play 7. I need to play 8. I need to play 6. I need to play 9. Beat. And we have 10 at work.
The 10 and 10-2 collection's pretty good.
Yeah. But like, I really like RPGs now.
Yeah, well, like, so like I played 3, which was 6, or is 6, was 3 back in the day. I remember playing that and just being like, yo, this is cool. And then like I didn't know super much about Final Fantasy until I don't even know when I got turned on to Final Fantasy, but like it was always in my life, but I've never played it. It's weird. It's a weird franchise for me. Like the first Final Fantasy game I owned was Crystal Chronicles on GameCube. That game is
It's weird how some franchises you get into, it's like you play the spin-off.
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
realize there's an entire franchise out there.
Because here's the thing. It's like, yeah, I played the one on Super Nintendo, but then that's like the last one to come out on Nintendo consoles, which is all I had, until Crystal Chronicles, which was on GameCube. That was like the first Final Fantasy to come out in like a bunch of years. No, you know what? I know exactly where I knew about it from. I had friends in school who would never shut up about Final Fantasy. They all loved it. You know, I had my bro Jarek. He talked me through the story of like 7 and 8. Talk to me, like, he would, because I never had PlayStation, so he would say, yeah, I'm watching my brother play this game, and he would talk me through it and tell me everything. I had a friend in school named Taylor. I remember, would always be talking about 7. She loved it. I think once we were, like, Googling Final Fantasy 7 yaoi for a joke. Which is honestly, if you're gonna look at any yaoi, that's the fun. That's the most fun because it's like all like 2002 DeviantArt stuff.
Oh.
It's so classic. Like I don't like. It's just hilarious. So, but like, and then I think it was when I almost became a little obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. Was when I'm like, I should really need to start. And that was. But here's the thing: I was obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. That was all on PlayStation systems. So it's like it was another series where I'm like, no, I remember where everything came from now. Game magazines. I would always read the stuff in game magazines about them. That was where a lot of it came from. Okay. Go back to your talking about Final Fantasy though.
Was not much like I can't really talk about the series as a whole.
Yeah, because you're just on the cusp of the turn for the 100.
But like I'm not like ready to dive into like a deep RPG right now.
The good news is some of them aren't as deep. Some of them are quite fast.
Okay.
Like 1 through, I'd even say 7. No, 1 through, oh no, honestly, the first 10 or so. Like, really? Yeah, there's stuff to find in them, and if you do like a 100% run, it can take a while. But, I mean, a lot of that stuff you'll never find without a guide, because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, make sure you stand on this tile at this time and you can get this thing, you know? So it's like, there's secrets in them. Okay. But like, they're pretty fast games. None of them are as long as 15.
15.
In terms of like scope and scale.
I think it's going to be a thing with like a lot of game franchises with a lot of people that like the first game you play in a series is your favorite.
Oh, for sure.
Just like how Twilight Princess is my favorite and it's my first game.
Yeah.
I think 15 is going to stay my favorite just because like it's...
Fair enough. No, honestly, 15 is like some people really don't like it because it gets rid of the RPG aspects of it. But
it's like a good introduction into RPGs for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it'll be. I think you'll enjoy those. I mean, like you own a bunch of them right now already, so it's like it's just a case of like, you know, sitting down and buckling in for an adventure.
Yeah.
All I'll say is just play one at a time. Don't try and juggle.
No.
It makes it quite difficult. So yeah, no. It's good games.
There. Or it is. 15 is really good.
Okay. Alright, so my second one was so I don't want to use the phrase drunken purchase lightly.
So this is recent.
No. But kind of. So I remember, when Target was closing down here, because Target in Canada was a ripoff. They jacked up the prices and everything was crap.
Apparently they expanded when, like, they were already, like, tight on money.
Good job. Yeah.
Like...
yeah, no, Target in Canada failed brutally and killed Zellers for us. And I liked Zellers.
Me too.
So, yeah.
It's like a childhood store of mine.
Yeah, right? So, but I remember when it was dying, I was looking through the store, and every week...
When you were dying?
No, when it was dying.
Oh.
When it was dying. This was when I was in school. Because I would always pass by one on the way home from school. And I would look, and I'd always go in and look, and I'm like, okay, let's see, you know, what's on sale. Because it's closing down.
Yeah.
They're liquidating. What's going to happen? And I remember I would always go to, like, the electronics section and the toy section. Because I'm like, there's going to be cool stuff that'll be discounted. And, like, months went by and nothing went down in price. And I'm like, what the heck? And it was, like, the week before it was closed. And it's like, now finally we'll go 50% off. And I bought a PlayStation TV. That little boy right there.
Oh, there he is.
Because I never had a Vita. And I thought, you know what?
It's really small.
It's tiny. Because it's just a Vita that HDMI out. So it's just literally the insides of a Vita all compacted together.
Fair.
So then I'm like, you know, I got it. I'm like, okay, I now have, because I never had a PSP and I never had a Vita, so I'm like, now I'm going to get some of those games that I would never be able to play otherwise. And I was just browsing through the on-sale section on Best Buy.
Like a really niche.
Oh boy! I'm browsing through the on-sale section of Best Buy, and I see this one game, which I saw videos by the two best friends play, called Creepy Anime Bullshit on.
Okay.
And I saw it, and it's like $20, and I'm like, whatever, let's buy this Senran Kagura thing.
Oh.
And so
Really, that was recent? I thought you were, like, into that for a while.
I mean, that was, like, probably 3-4 years ago now?
I consider that recent.
In
terms of, like,
I don't know, well, because...
game franchises.
Fair enough. But I did hear about it before on the 3DS, because it was one of the early 3DS games where the creator's like, I just want to see boobs in 3D. Which, you know what? That man is upfront about everything, and I respect him for that. But then I bought it, and not only number one, when I bought it, I just bought it on sale, and they gave me the collector's edition.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? That's kind of cool. I didn't expect that. And I start playing it, and I'm like, okay, number one, is this a Warriors game? I didn't know that this was a Warriors game. And, like, it's not really, but it's like a mini Warriors game where you have Warriors combat in small arenas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I start, like, actually playing it. I bought it just because I was, like, joking around. I'm like, whatever, it's $20. It's a stupid anime game. But I start playing it. I'm starting playing through the story, and I'm like, oh, wait, what? These characters actually have depth? What? And I'm playing through the gameplay. I'm like, the gameplay has depth? And I'm listening to the music. I'm like, this, like, 90s butt rock is awesome? And I'm playing it, and I'm like, I think I love this. And I'm like, does anyone else know about this series? Because it's kind of awesome. And so I'm playing it, and I'm like, and immediately right after, I'm like, okay, well, number one, I'm going to get the new 3DS game that came out, and I played through that, and I didn't like it as much because it was kind of like a 2D, like, more beat-em-up style, and I'm like, I liked it a little. But then, like, the one for PS4 came out, and I'm like, yo, this is so good, though! And, like, it's weird because I understand that it's literally made to be trashy fan service garbage, but the characters are actually really good.
Huh.
Like, it's weird. Like, some of them can be reduced to kind of a single stereotype at first, and then you get into their character and you're like, oh, you actually have, like, a lot of stuff. And, like, it treats everything in a much better way than, like, it's weird. And so, but, like, as soon as I started playing them, I'm like, this is a good franchise. And now I'm, like, eagerly awaiting for the next couple games to be announced for English release.
Oh, okay.
There's, like, a Switch visual novel. I'm sure you've seen the videos and pictures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Took a second. There's gonna be a Switch pinball game. You use their bodies as the board.
Oh, God.
And then there's, they're making a remake of the first 3DS game, but on the PS4. And it's gonna be like using the new game engine, but like the same story. So like, that's really cool. And it's like, so I'm really hoping all those get confirmed. And apparently they do sell really well, but do you want to know why?
Why?
A lot of streamers pick it up for like reaction and like, check out this crazy game. And then it turns people into, no, this is actually pretty good.
Huh.
And so it's like, I'm really enjoying this series. And I will tell people like, yes, it is fan servicey garbage, but it has depth to it. And it is not as bad as you might think. Now, mind you, there's a few spin-offs which aren't as good. Like, there's a music rhythm game. It's not that good. There's the Splatoon style shooter. It's not as good.
Peach Splash?
Yeah.
I thought you really liked that one.
I mean, I liked it, but at the same time, once you play through it a lot, because you have to go through like the story mode and stuff, it's for example, every character from like the last game before this one had like a 50 character roster full of really cool, really different characters in like Musou style combat. So you got light punches, then going into a heavy attack. So you got like light, heavy, light, heavy, and then they each do different attacks. So like going from that, where every character is totally differentiated, to there is no difference in the character you pick because your weapon is what matters, the water gun. So it's not as good in my opinion because like the character differentiation is nothing. But it's a good franchise and one that I am very happy to say I'm a fan of, even if it is clickbait garbage.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. Also, yeah, no, real talk. The soundtracks are so good. Like, it goes, and this game does something that I wish every game would do. When you unlock the song, and like, no game would I ever go out of my way to unlock music, like in a sound test, right? Every song has the composer write up a paragraph on why he made it sound like this, what he's aiming for, and like what inspirations he took.
Well, that's cool.
And it's really cool to see like, at this point, listen and you'll hear this in the background. And it's, I pulled a little bit of like Beethoven's symphony as like a backing thing because it represents this. And I'm like, that's really cool. Like, I wish all games had that, like full notes for every song.
That would be neat.
It's really cool. Huh. Like, there's a lot of love put into it. I'm not talking about just in like the fan service. There's a lot of actual love. Yeah, so like that's why I like it a lot. For sure. Yeah, that's it for me. For that one.
For the second?
Yes.
All right.
Numero 3 for you.
So third one and most recent. I think I've been going like at the beginning.
Yes.
In the middle.
Yes, you have.
And then the third. When you told me to buy Persona 5, I was like, all right, you got me into Metal Gear. You got me into Final Fantasy. You're not going to get me into this anime bullshit.
And Persona is pretty anime. Like, there's, like, at least with Final Fantasy, you can remove the anime aspect quite a bit. Yeah. There's no removing it from Persona.
I think I remember the way you got me into it is like, it has a jazz soundtrack, and I know you like jazz music, so buy it for that. And I'm like, you know what? You got me.
I think I played you the battle theme.
Yeah, and I think, I'm like, I'm buying this game.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, oh, this is, oh.
And at first, I was like, this seems like a pretty fun game. It's an RPG, so maybe I'll just turn down the difficulty, enjoy the story.
You played it on easy, right? Not safety?
Easy. No, okay, easy. Good. Not safety. I'm not a noob.
See, I can't, safety mode, like, I've heard people say, like, easy is very easy. So, like, for safety, I'm like, do all enemies die in one hit? Or
maybe. But then I talked about this like countless times on the podcast about how like the journey I had with that game. But I eventually fell in love with it. Like the characters, the world, just everything. And I want to go back and play the others.
Mm-hmm. So which one are you going to next?
Probably 3.
Think so, 3?
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I said I was gonna start it in January, but then other games and then Monster Hunter. And it's like probably won't get to it in a while.
Well, that's one I would say you could easily pick up and play. Like it's not like a game where if you put it down you lose your skill.
Yeah,
you know. So it's one that you can pick up and play, which is nice.
I put Persona 5 down a ton of times, and I'm like,
yeah, and the worst that happens is like it's not so much in 5, but like in 3, people will say, "Hey, meet me on this date," and then like if you just forget, if you forget that date, it's like. You're not missing like nothing. Like you miss one item, it's like whatever, you know. So it's like it's not a big deal if you miss stuff. So that's kind of nice. But that's a good series. And what about the spin-off?
Dancing Star Knight?
Yeah.
Again, I want to talk about it, but I've talked so much about it. It's just like whenever the trailer pops up in my recommended or like watch again on YouTube, I'm like I watch it again. I'm like, I cannot wait for this damn dancing anime game. like, what else can you get me into now?
I don't know. I think actual anime is the next thing, and who knows, Persona 5 the anime might do that.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
I'll have to give you like my Crunchyroll login or something to watch it, because that's the only way.
Oh jeez.
And then you'll see all the. Well, wait, I've got you an anime with Pop Team Epic, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Kind of. It's not really like a cohesive thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a fever dream. Oh boy.
But yeah, Persona 5. Again, like I'm kind of cheating as in like.
No, but like now you have an interest in the series.
Yeah.
And like now you want to go out and seek the others.
Yeah. I had a chance to buy 3 physically, but it was like $60.
Yeah, it's
where I could get it like for 10 on the PS3.
And it looks better on PS3 on an HD TV because it's like it's meant for it. So
so I just have to get around to it, I'd borrow one of your PS3 controllers because they don't have any PS3 controllers.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have 4, so I won't miss one.
All right, now you're number 3.
So my number 3 is one that I do talk about quite a bit because I've been playing it, watching it, doing everything with it for the past 2 years or so. And that's Dingle Grandpa.
Oh.
I mean, donut wrinkles. I mean, dangling rupees. Danganronpa.
Danganronpa.
So that was another one that I bought originally because I got my PS TV, and I'm like, I need a game for it. I don't know what is there, and I saw Danganronpa 1 on it on sale, and I thought, you know what? This would be not only like a good game to get, but I feel like a great Let's Play. I feel like that'd be a cool one, because I actually had people recommend it to me. They're like, hey, you like Ace Attorney, right? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I played that back in the day. I didn't really play many of the newer ones, but I played 1 through 3 and I really enjoyed them. And then it's like, okay, well, what if it was Ace Attorney, but good? And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, no, don't get me wrong. I really like Ace Attorney, but imagine actually being able to solve mysteries on your own and not kind of convince people, to just go along with you. Cause like in Ace Attorney, you know who the killer is. And you're just trying to convince the judge and everyone about it, right?
Oh, okay.
So this one is, what if you actually had mysteries to solve, but at the same time, the gameplay was like an actual kind of trial? So like in Ace Attorney, it's just like you press a button, you say objection, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
In this one, it's like, when you see the error in what they're saying, you have to shoot the speech bubbles with your evidence gun.
And what was your reaction to that?
And at first I'm like, I don't know about this. This is kind of crazy. But then like after the first trial, I'm like, this is really cool. And just like even in the first game, the twists are beyond anything I would have expected in a game like it. Like there were legitimate twists throughout it. And I really enjoyed the first game. And, I'm like, yeah, I'll play the second game. And then the second game came around, and to say it's the Metal Gear Solid 2 of the franchise is kind of, like, really, really accurate. Because it's sort of like, how Metal Gear Solid 2, the whole thing was, you're kind of doing the same thing again, but then at the end, things go kind of weird.
I like that. I like those
stories. So literally, like, the game is self-aware of it being similar to the first time, and then things start to go weird in a way that had me so speechless. It was so good. And then I'm like, after 2, I'm like, okay, number 1, 3 is about to come out. Well, V3. Because there's 3 and V3 are different, but that's stupid. I can't believe they didn't just call it 4. But, so I'm playing it and I'm like, okay, so then, but before I get to 3, which I haven't played yet, but that is right after Beautiful Joe. That's my next game.
Okay.
Because I want to play it. I'm like, okay, there's a shooter spin-off, which I just finished, which wasn't the best, but at the same time it's a spin-off, and, you don't expect it to be the same quality, but it continued the story. And it made the story even more interesting.
Huh.
With, really, and then, now I'm watching the anime of 3.
Yeah.
Which is like, cause basically the way it goes is the games go 1, 2, and then this is an anime called 3. So this anime is the sequel to 1 and 2.
Okay.
The new game, V3, is kind of like the start of like a new trilogy, if you will. So it's technically the third game, but it is separate, so that's why it's called New Danganronpa V3. Oh. So it's like, it's not 3, it's New Danganronpa V3. So
it's a bit weird.
I mean, 1 was called Danganronpa, 2 was called Super Danganronpa, because it's like Mario,
yeah.
So, and the games do a weird thing where, they're very, very aware that they're a video game, but not in a way that breaks the fourth wall, kind of. And also, they're not afraid to just straight up mention other video games. Like, I've never played a game where one of the characters goes, hey, do you play this game not made by the company that is working on this game? Or, like, you have, like, one character in 2 she's, like, the ultimate, like, because the way it works, every character is, like, the ultimate blank. It's like, cause it's a school for everyone who is the best in their field.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have like the ultimate tennis player, the ultimate chef, and it all plays up to like that's their personality kind of.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like breaking out of the mold. So like they're like, just because I'm the ultimate swimmer doesn't mean I always want to be swimming. I want to do other stuff, you know. Or you'll have a character who doesn't look like what they're meant to be. Like there's this like crazy ninja guy, and he's the ultimate pet keeper. And you're like, what? How does that relate? And it's like, well, it actually does make sense because he uses his pets to do stupid stuff, you know. So it's like, but you'll have like a character who's ultimate gamer, and she's like, yeah, I played this weird game she's describing it. And I'm like, oh, that's a reference to this weird old arcade game called Trio the Punch, which is like a kind of a fever dream non-game, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, and then the main character's like, I think you're describing Trio the Punch. And I'm like, what? Oh my god, what? And so, like, and it also does something that I love about games where, I don't like games where once you beat it, that's it. Like, for example, one of my big things is like, Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time, which is a game I enjoyed. But as soon as you beat that final boss, there is literally nothing else to do other than start a new game. Yeah. That's it. There's no big secrets. There's no continuing. There's no anything else. They fix that for later Mario and Luigi games. But for this one, it's like, once you beat it, that's it. And I hate when games are like, I might as well return it. Because that's it. There's nothing for me to go back to ever. I've already played through it, right?
Unless you want to replay it in the
Unless
future.
I want to replay it, but like, I didn't return it. Obviously, I don't return my games. But, I mean, unless they're super garbage or I have multiple copies, which happens more than you think. But, what I like about it is not only is there, plenty of reason to do multiple playthroughs. Because there are unlockables. There's, you can only, like, you have events where it's like you have free time where you can go and chat with other characters. And in that free time, you can get events with them, but you can't see everyone in the full game.
Oh.
So you might want to replay a chapter and try and get more events. But there's also a whole other mode where you could play through the, like imagine a mode in Persona where you can just do the life sim part.
Huh.
So literally, it's you start up the game and it'll say you're given an option and it's like, do you want to like do this thing? Like literally, okay, how do I explain this? Because this is the craziest thing ever. So you beat the game and then it says, congratulations, you've unlocked school life mode and you've unlocked this button in the game. It's a button. It's an item in your inventory, right? So now when you start a new game, it's called the escape button. If you press it, the game ends. You escape.
What?
You get an alternate ending on who's there. So like you can, at any point in the game, on a new game, hit escape and beat the game. And it will play the ending from that point.
Huh.
But there's another way you could do it where, for example, the game starts off completely normal. And if you choose school life mode, the game will it starts off looking completely normal. But then all of a sudden you get to a point where, the first murder is supposed to occur. And, the enemy has malfunctioned. Guess you guys will just have to live a normal life in this school with zero conflict. And you play through an alternate campaign where there is no danger and you just can go and do the school life part.
That's
so
unique.
it's like imagine playing Persona, but you never get your first Persona and you just get to play through the game as a normal student going to school.
That's unique.
Right?
Yeah.
There's also unlockable novels. As in
Jeez.
literal novels that you can read that are canon and you can read them and but they're just a full story.
Huh.
There's such a unique franchise for that where, it's not like Ace Attorney. Like, for example, when you beat an Ace Attorney, that's pretty much it. Like, I'll replay an Ace Attorney because it's like a good book you pick up and read again. But like, this is like, there's actually more stuff to find and more stuff to do and mini games. And like, I love that. I love when games feel packed and like, I want to replay it.
Unlike nowadays.
No, like, unlike Western games nowadays, because I definitely still feel like Japanese games love to pack their games full.
Yeah, I like that too.
I love that feeling. So,
should we do some honorable mentions?
Sure.
We don't have to like dive into just say them.
For sure.
Zelda for me, back in 2007. I didn't know anything about Zelda, and then when I went into that store.
Oh, right, yeah, right.
And that guy oh, you should get this game. I'm like, what is it?
Yeah, that was...
And then, next to that guy, I now have the Master Sword on my wall.
There you go. I guess for me, I can kind of say, like, as soon as a character was announced for Smash Bros, I would say it is time for me to dive down through their library and play every game that they've been in.
Yeah.
You know, so like every character in Smash Bros, I've at least played through and beat at least one of their games. And I was actually going to do the same for PlayStation All-Stars. I tried. It didn't
because
work.
there's a lot of Western
It
inspiration.
There was some where I'm like, once it started getting into like Nathan Drake, I'm like, that's it. No, it's okay. But I tried at least a bit. I played through Sly Cooper 2. I played.
They're really good platformers.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, there was too many characters being announced, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
like I can't play through like.
because they announce like 3 at once sometimes.
Yeah, like I can't play through like all of Medieval and all of Infamous and all of like,
Oh yeah,
Heavenly Sword, and like I'm like, yeah, it's not happening. But I tried with that. Do you want to talk about games that we tried to do that with and failed?
no, it could be like another.
Well, just honorable mention it. So can I just honorable mention Assassin's Creed? I tried. My friend is like, it was like right around Revelations coming out, I think. And he's like, yo, now's as good a time as ever. Get into Assassin's Creed. So I'm like, can I borrow your copy of 2? Because I know I'm not going to play 1. No. I'm like, there's no point to play 1. And he's like, yeah, sure. And I tried to play it. And I did the turnaround test. Do you know what the turnaround test is?
No.
Spin the stick in a circle. How long does it take for your character to spin around in a circle? Mario? Pretty instantly. Bayonetta? Pretty instantly. Link? A little bit slower, but still pretty instantly. Ezio? Oh my god. It's like walking a cat. I hated it. And as soon as I tried to do the platforming, I'm like, I just want an Assassin's Creed with the gameplay smoothness of Mario 64. Like, in terms of, like, I don't care if it's not realistic for Ezio to just turn on a dime. I just want him to control well. So I tried. And that's like, I'm it. I'm done. I can't touch that series anymore.
Fair enough.
Any for you that you, like, totally failed at?
Nothing's coming up. I don't think I get into a series unless I know I'll like it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit more experimental when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I'll try things out and realize they're not for me.
Yeah. There's probably like a few games or a few like franchises, but
I mean, I'd argue Bayonetta for you, but that's just because it was a Wii U thing, not a not a franchise thing.
I think it was like 100% Wii U.
That was a Wii U problem. Yeah. Well, Didn't you try Fire Emblem?
Oh yeah, I did. That was one of the series, Fire Emblem. I got Awakening, and then I played it, and I'm like, that's not for me. And then I went back at it again. Not for me.
And you know what? I feel if you played regular RPGs first, then going to an SRPG would be easier. But the fact that you haven't even touched RPGs at that point, to go from non-RPG player right to the hardest core of RPG.
Well, that's when I played Echoes. I just played like a session.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is really fun, and I could really get into this. That was after RPGs.
Echoes is a bit different though, because it is definitely more regular RPG style, with like random encounters and a lot less reliance on the weapon triangle, which is like there's no weapon triangle in that game, which is a big deal. Because that's what
I think that's the part that
Fire Emblem comes down to: rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I don't like that mechanic.
I actually like it. I think it lends to a lot of strategy with like, who do I send where? Do I send my strongest guy up to take out everyone? But what if one of his weaknesses is up there? So it's we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Fire Emblem Switch will be we'll see.
Maybe, but yeah, I think that's like the big franchise that I couldn't get into.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. I think that's about it.
I think that is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did talk around the same time as last time.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit less. We usually go 2.5 hours, and we're doing it about 2 hours, so that's good. Yeah. So remember, we have our contest. Make sure you go give that a look.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's next week's when we're announcing the winners, and it'll be live on the air. And by that, I mean live on the air, and I'll probably post a thing on Twitter, because in case people don't see it, so.
Yeah.
And of course I'll contact them privately, because that's how you have to send it out anyways,
yeah.
So,
But yeah, let us Let us know what you think of the podcast. Like,
yeah, we're
any
all
feedback?
Again, we're always open to feedback.
Yep, trying to improve, trying to make a better experience for you guys.
And we're off to watch Captain America now.
Yep,
Continuing our Marvel movie marathon. We watched Thor earlier because we're doing double flick today.
Yeah,
and yeah.
Can't wait to watch that one.
I'm excited.
I haven't
watched Captain America in a while, but I remember really liking it, so it's going to be...
That's like the beginning of like the high stride of the MCU.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, like, I mean, not to go into another topic, but we were just like, like, I was really hating going back to watch Thor 1, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't as bad as what I thought, but it's definitely...
it's because we didn't know.
It's definitely the start of the Marvel humor, and I'm like, here we go. If this, like, because Marvel humor goes from, like there was none in the first couple movies, and then you get little bits of it, and like then you go up to like Homecoming and Ragnarok being the funniest movies that have ever come out ever.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm excited to continue that. So that's where we're going. What are you doing? Leave a comment below. Thanks, guys. Bye. How's that for an ending?
That's a pretty good ending. All right. Are you actually going to do the ending now?
Are we? Is this the ending? Are we alive? I don't know.
Is this all a dream?
Still in a dream.
Been having those experiences.
Snake Eater.
Existential crisis.
Are you quoting Kingdom Hearts right now?
No.
Good.
All right.
Okay. That was... Whoa, this is a weird ending. We'll see you guys later, though.
See you later. Or
Ciao.
Talk to you later. Bye.
You're not on the phone. Talk to you later. Bye.
See you. They can't see us.
Well, you don't say hear you later. What?
I said talk to you later.
Okay, just say bye.
Bye.